Hey WWE Universe, so it is that time. It's my WrestleMania 30 review. It's raining today, which I think means that everybody is mourning. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you better keep watching. So first we have Hulk Hogan, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and The Rock starting off WrestleMania. I thought that was absolutely awesome. You guys know I'm not the biggest fan of The Rock, but I still do respect him. And to see all those guys that you grew up watching or that inspired who you grew up watching all together in the ring, just joking around, being goofy. I just thought that was a great way to kick off WrestleMania. And it was just awesome to see them all in the ring together. So our first match was during the pre-show. It was Los Matadores versus the Real Americans versus Rybaxel versus the Usos for the WWE Tag Team Championship. And I'm sad this was put on for the pre-show. I feel like the Divas match should have been put for the pre-show just because where it was placed during WrestleMania, I don't think anybody really cared because of what happened previously, but these guys are just too talented to be on the pre-show. The Usos ended up picking up the win and retaining their titles, which I was really sad about. First, we had Los Matadores was eliminated, then we had Rybaxel eliminated, and I was just ready for the Real Americans to win the title, and sadly they didn't, and that really sucked because I think they're so talented they need the titles, but maybe next time. And the Usos did do a really good job against all those guys, so congratulations to them. Next, we have Daniel Bryan versus Triple H. Whoever wins this match would be in the WWE World Heavyweight Championship match later in the night. Now, this was a very crazy match. It was so intense. It was so personal. I hated that. I'm just gonna start off. I hated what Stephanie was wearing. Triple H's entrance was pretty cool. I liked his attire. The girls that were there were kind of creepy looking. Like the ones that were sitting on his throne were really kind of creepy looking. Like I thought they were gonna jump out of my TV and kill me. They're just scary looking. But Triple H's face mask was so sick. I really like that. But to see so many people supporting the Yes movement when Daniel Bryan came out, that was just like breathtaking. How can you even like not want to kind of cry if somebody's supporting you so much? Like if I was Daniel Bryan, I think I would be like overwhelmed. But the match was just so insane. Stephanie was there, cheering on Triple H, but also talking crap to Daniel Bryan. In the end, Daniel Bryan won. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of screamed. I could not believe Daniel Bryan won. I wanted him to win so bad, and it was just so amazing. And he did end up getting hurt. Stephanie started smacking him in the face after the match, and then Triple H attacked him with his already injured shoulder, which had been injured even more in the match. So at least he got some time to rest until the main event. Next, we have The Shield defeating the New Age Outlaws and Kane. Now, this was a really, really, really quick match, and I felt like that was kind of weird because I just felt it had more emotion into the match with, The Shield being this dominant force for a year or over a year, and then for Kane and the New Age Outlaws to take things into their own hands and get destroy the Shield. That's never happened. So I thought it would be a more long, drawn out match, but it really wasn't. It was pretty quick. We saw the New Age Outlaws get both of them at the same time, which I don't know what they're going to call this, but it was a triple power bomb to both of them. Kane had been speared by Roman Reigns, and the Shield won. So that was I'm really glad they won. I think they really deserved it, and it showed they are still dominant. I was just kind of disappointed that I felt like it was just such a short match. I mean, I felt like it was like a 5-minute match. I didn't time it, but it was short. Next, we have Cesaro winning the 30 Superstar Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. And I'm gonna say I was really upset when Dolph Ziggler got eliminated. But Cesaro put already having a match earlier in the night, uh, just to put everything into that match, just, I, I can't even explain how happy I was when he won. I was really surprised that the Big Show didn't win. He was my next pick, or Big E. Him and the Big Show were kind of tied to be second place. I really love Cesaro. I just thought he's with the Real Americans. They're not going to give him a chance, even though I did want him to win as well. I was just like, I feel like they're not going to give it to him. And to see him beat 29 other superstars was just great. And I think this is going to be a great start to Cesaro's own, his own, him being his own person. Not, he doesn't always have to be affiliated with the Real Americans. He is his own person, and he started out his own person. Um, and I don't know where this is going to put the Real Americans, but I hope they don't break up, but I feel like this is kind of this beginning of the end of the Real Americans. But I was just so happy for him, and I really hope this takes him higher up. And I think it will, but if it doesn't, shame on you, WWE. Next, we have John Cena versus Bray Wyatt. Now, I thought Bray Wyatt's his theme song being sung by the actual guys, I don't know their names, but I thought they were actually pretty good. I thought it was kind of creepy that and the woman that started dancing. First I was like, I don't really think this is John Cena's entrance because I saw the rocking chairs and the lantern. And I was like, but his band is supposed to sing. And then I saw them and they had masks on and the singer had his face painted. And I thought they were pretty good. I feel like it took them 40 years to get to the ring. But it was pretty good. And I'm really disappointed that John Cena didn't have a big entrance this year. I don't know if it was because Bray Wyatt had a big entrance so John Cena couldn't, or John Cena just wanted a simple entrance. I don't know what happened with that, but I was actually really like, I was getting ready. I was like, okay, usually his entrances are like emotional, like the one that they showed his life and then had a choir sing. Let me tell you, that one made me cry. I'm not even gonna lie. But I was just it sucked because John Cena's so talented and you didn't know what was gonna happen in this match, honestly. So I thought they would have made it a big deal, but I was still happy that he just ran down to the ramp. This was a great match. Bray Wyatt really messed with John Cena's head. For a moment, we saw John Cena lose his cool and turn into the monster that Bray Wyatt wanted him to turn into. But then John Cena snapped out of it and was like, this. He wanted to stay true to himself. He wanted to make his fans proud. He doesn't care, he's always used to the booing and the cheering. He always says that even if it's, so a small amount of people, he wants to make those who support him proud. And he really did that. He stayed true to himself, and he took care of the other members of the Wyatt family, and then he attitude adjusted Bray Wyatt and won the match, and I was so happy. I was so proud of him that he didn't turn into what Bray Wyatt was egging him on to turn into, because during the match, Bray Wyatt was just wanting him to just lose it. And John Cena, for a split second, did, but then realized this isn't who I am, and I'm so proud of him for that. Also, I thought it was adorable that after the match, he went and hugged one of his fans, and he went and hugged his family, and that was a wonderful way to end the match. So congratulations, John Cena, your legacy will definitely live on. And then we have the Hall of Fame inductees were honored, and I thought that was great. It's always great to see people that you either grew up watching, or maybe you even went back and watched their old matches because maybe you weren't alive during that time, or you get to see the people that influenced who you're watching now, and I think that's wonderful. And it was great to see everybody. It still hurts when you see Paul Bearer and he's not there. His children were there holding an urn, and That was like, oh, right in the heart. Oh, but it was still great to see them all. Next we have Brock, or should I say Brock Lesnar? I can't even do it like Paul Heyman. How does he do that? But we have him versus The Undertaker, which I'm just going to put this out here. I'm so mad that the Divas match was put. I'm sorry, my nose itches. I'm so mad the Divas match was put after this stuff. How can you go from John Cena to Bray Wyatt and then The Undertaker's match and then the Divas? Where was WWE's head last night? What are you doing? Just think of that. What are you doing? So, Brock Lesnar came out looking, not afraid. I'm sorry, my nose itches. These allergies are driving me nuts. And then we have The Undertaker coming out, and they showed every casket that had everybody's name and how many WrestleManias he had, every match he had been in. And then they showed Brock Lesnar's casket, and The Undertaker had it open, and then it set on fire. And I thought that was cool. And when they went back to Brock Lesnar's face, you could see a little worry on his face. But this was such a brutal match. Undertaker just turned 49 years old, and I know he's not in the best of shape. He doesn't wrestle that often. His body, he's just been through so much over the years. And I feel like a lot of times The Undertaker wasn't even on his feet during the match, which was so sad. I loved this match, but in a way I also felt like it was kind of weak. But when The Undertaker did get up, he showed that he still has it. Just because he's an older guy that's been beat up doesn't mean that he can't show you what he's got and show the power which made him have 21-0. And in the end, Brock Lesnar pinned The Undertaker. I'm still in shock. I can't believe it happened. And it was weird. A lot of people I've seen all over the internet, and you can't believe the internet because it's usually not true, but I've seen that Brock Lesnar changed the script and he wasn't even supposed to win. So I don't know if that's true, but did anybody find it weird that the minute Brock Lesnar's pinned The Undertaker, his music did not come on? The graphic didn't go up for an amount of time, and all the cameras did was went around the entire arena and showed the shock and disbelief on everybody's face. I mean, was there really anybody cheering when Brock Lesnar won? And then all of a sudden you see this graphic that says 21-1. And then you waited a little bit longer, and then finally his music came on. So is that a sign that something went wrong? Something happened? I really don't know, but I mean, I'm still in complete shock. If you guys could have seen my face, I just don't even know. I mean, I grew up watching The Undertaker, and to see, like, your childhood hero lose his... I mean, this is a huge legacy. 21-0. To be turned into 21-1 by somebody. Don't get me wrong, Brock Lesnar is a very talented man, but he's not a full-time guy. He's only there occasionally. So if The Undertaker had to lose, why couldn't it have been to somebody like John Cena? It doesn't even have to be John Cena just because I like him. It could have been anybody that was a full-time guy. Brock Lesnar's only there a few times a year. I don't know what else to say about that, but, I mean, congratulations to Brock Lesnar. If they're just messing with us and telling us that Brock Lesnar changed the script and he's getting fired tonight, that's really screwed up, because if they want us to believe that he changed it and is going to get fired and really doesn't, and that was their plan all along, was to just have us all, like, heartbroken, WWE, you suck. Next, we have AJ Lee in the Vicky Guerrero Divas Championship Invitational. I don't think anybody really paid attention to this match because of where it was placed. How can you place that after a match that everybody still doesn't even know how to breathe right? AJ Lee retained the title, and I'm very happy for her. I was surprised that she retained the title, but I'm just gonna say I don't think many people cared about that match, so that was a terrible place to put it. But congratulations to AJ. She's worked so hard, and she's the longest reigning Divas champion, and now she's just gonna continue her reign. So that good for her, but I really don't know how many people were actually paying attention to this match. And last but not least, we have Daniel Bryan versus Randy Orton versus Batista in a triple threat match for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Now, as we saw in a clip earlier in the night, Daniel was getting checked out by doctors and he could barely move his arm up in a full range of motion. He couldn't get, he could kind of get it up to here, and then it looked like he was going to be in tears. It hurt so bad, which I can't even believe how bad he was hurting. And I actually couldn't believe he went through with this match. And we see Batista and Randy kind of take care of Daniel, and a lot of times he was kind of laying to the side during the match. And which was good. I guess he could kind of get some rest for a few minutes and not have his arm beaten up the entire time. And Batista and Randy really put their all into this match. And then we have Triple H and Stephanie coming out and trying to get involved in this match. They pulled out the referee, got a completely different referee. And that really made me mad, because I'm like, are you kidding me? Don't end WrestleMania like this. Don't disappoint everybody when that you've already completely broken them apart from the Undertaker's match. Don't end it like this. Don't make everybody hate you and be completely just like have a riot at Raw. We don't need that. And so Daniel Bryan eventually jumped into Triple H and the ref and Stephanie, and when Triple H saw that Stephanie got hurt, he lost his mind, and he was gonna hit Daniel Bryan with the sledgehammer, but Daniel Bryan got it and hit Triple H with it. So that was the end of them, and I was really happy that that's what happened. And then Randy and Batista took the matters into their own hands and set up an RKO, or a Batista bomb into an RKO on the announce table, and that Daniel Bryan stopped moving. Like, I was really worried about him. Randy Orton actually landed on one of the TVs that the announcers watch and cut his back open pretty bad. And to see Daniel Bryan not moving at all, that was really scary. So they called the doctors out and they took him away. Well, they were trying to take him away, and he wasn't having any of that. He did not want to go out without an all-out fight. He was going to put his entire body on the line for this title because Daniel Bryan has worked so hard, and he came from the indies, and this is what he wants. He wants the title. He's worked nonstop for months to get this title. And so Batista and Randy were going at it, and then it just finally became a triple threat match. All of them were fighting each other. And in the end, Daniel Bryan became the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Let's just all yes for a minute. Let's just yes. Get it out. It's wonderful. I couldn't believe it. I still am. I'm so happy for Daniel Bryan. He worked so hard, and he finally got the title, but I'm really afraid to see what's going to happen on Raw tonight, because I don't know if Triple H is going to try to take it away. But congratulations to Daniel Bryan. He finally did it. The yes movement, everybody went crazy. All the confetti came out for him. I was just so happy for him. So congratulations, Daniel Bryan. You finally did it. You are the champion. And that was just a wonderful way to end WrestleMania. So let me know what you guys thought about WrestleMania. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Did you die when The Undertaker lost like I did because I just sat there for like 10 minutes with my face on the floor? But let me know what you guys thought, and I will have my Raw review up tomorrow. I hope you guys have a great day. Don't forget Raw at 8 o'clock on USA, and enjoy. Bye, guys.